Thank you.
about asthma. So we leave asthma there. Then we'll move on to behavioral disorders, as you said. Now, with the upcoming urbanization of many cities and things, especially in the area where you are practicing, there are adolescents who will be presenting to you specifically with some sort of behavioral conditions. So what are behavioral disorders and what do you see on a regular basis?
Well, behavioral disorders are many. The commonest that you see is anxiety. The commonest you see is depression. These are the two top of the line things that you see. Then behavioral abnormalities, substance abuse, eating disorders, all these are common. Okay, substance abuse is rampant and we do not recognize it for the the seriousness with which it is being happening in society now. See, the other thing is of course sleep. Adolescent sleep disorders are a big issue because yes, in adolescence the circadian rhythm shifts a little bit more to a later time. They usually may sleep at around about 11, 12 maybe and get up at 8 o'clock or so. That's fine. But usually many of them don't sleep till 2 in the morning, get up at 2 in the afternoon. So the whole thing cycle gets disturbed. So they are violent, they are aggressive, they've got anxiety, depression, behavioral abnormality. So many things happen.
Again,
then addiction to screen, addiction to games. See, they are all issues which are dangerous.
Again, these things are something new which you've seen in the recent
Yes, absolutely,
times.
absolutely.
Not when you started your practice.
No, not at all. Absolutely no.
Over the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's become really bad now.
And what is the trajectory?
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Is there any awareness in the society that it is?
Plenty of awareness, but people
even
don't know
when it's
what to do. I'll tell you, I have children. I had a girl who came to me with eating disorder. She said, just throw food. Okay, and she just lost weight. In fact, she came to me. She had lost about 35 kilos, and her pulse rate was at some 25 or 30, and she was virtually, in a very bad shape because of anorexia nervosa. So handling such children is extremely difficult. See, because the point is, you go through psychologically, you go through medically, go through all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, they go back to their environment, do the same thing. And then you see, after some time, the mother comes and says, okay, doc, I brought her social media handle and shows it to me. And she shows it, and it's very clear. There is a site on Instagram where she has to post her photographs every day. And there will be comments saying that whether she's become fat or thin in one day.
One day.
Yeah. So there will be at least, and there will be likes about whether she has lost weight, and if she's fat, there will be thumbs down, and so it's a kind of, and it's even the funny site called Thin Like Me or something like that. So these are all so many things going on in the on the media, on Instagram and other social media handles. Scary. They are absolutely scary.
Substance abuse.
And substance abuse, plenty. The most abused is alcohol. We've had children at 9 and 10 years coming into hospital with full alcohol, drunk with alcohol. And basically because of the availability.
So what do you do in that situation when you are aware that there is a child who's being abused like this? So
child is not abused, the child is abusing alcohol.
Yeah, so the availability at
home. Availability is not at home. They go outside and buy it from outside. See, the point is that government says that you have to serve alcohol only about 21 years of age. But then they can find somebody who will buy it for them. See, that's not difficult.
So what setup is there to address these children or this situation?
Hardly any.
There are social services that you can refer to?
You have social services. We can refer. We have called. In fact, it's a reportable crime. We have reported to the police. The problem is they cannot do anything about it. What can they do?
Because there is no law for that?
It's a law, but what will law do? This is juvenile. Juvenile, you can do nothing. What can you do? You will take him at the most. You will go to a juvenile court and then let him go. It's all with a reprimand. So these are issues that the parents have to do something about. Smoking is extremely common. Drugs are available. Marijuana is available.
So you have children coming with marijuana?
Yeah, children coming with marijuana usage. We had a child who came to me, a 15-year-old with pregnancy. Of course, don't put that up there. What do you do there? It's a big, you go through the whole history, so many things happening there. What are you going to do? Technically, you are supposed to report to the police.
Yeah. There is no stringent law or...
No, there is a law, but the point is the law does nothing. What can you do?
Okay. So what steps do you take to make the situation...
There's an
any
old,
better?
I follow the advice of one very senior WHO consultant on this, on teenage pregnancy. He said, when something comes like that, look at the ceiling, don't look at the patient. So technically, you have not seen the patient.
How does that help?
It doesn't help, but that's the way it is. See, right now, at least the government is now looking at least for consensual, when there's, sexual activity, they're saying, okay, let's look at it differently, rather than an abuse from an adult to a child. So abuse is common. Then there's so many things going on. It's a entirely different social setup which we are dealing with right now.
Interesting.
So, in fact, any child comes to you with abdominal pain going on for some time, most of the time it will be a psychological issue.
Psychological issue.
There will be a psychological issue. Either the child doesn't want to go to school because there's some bullying going on, some ragging going on, some bad vibes with the peers. So many issues ongoing in this age group. It's difficult to handle.
So you have a separate...
Yeah, we have a psychologist who works with us. We have a team of psychologists. What we do is we handle basic things here, and if it gets more complicated, then we have St. John's next door, so we refer them to the psychology unit there. Because some of them are very difficult to handle.
So it is usually inpatient care, or is it outpatient
They do
care?
inpatient, outpatient, etc.
Overall,
In fact, we have had a couple of children committing suicide in our practice. And it's scary.
How do the parents take this?
They're shattered, but what can you do? It's ultimately, see, it shatters everybody, including us. See,
It is, isn't
we have been with the family for so long, and suddenly you hear this out of the blue.
Probably you've seen the same child as a
Yeah,
child.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So what do you do then? It shatters you too, but then these are the realities. What's going on?
And is it common amongst your peers to see similar rise in these cases?
Yes, very much.
All over the city?
Very much.
Or is it all over the country?
In fact, if you see, NIMHANS is a separate unit for this. You see, there's a separate unit for child psychiatry and child psychology for these particular issues. In fact, they have got one of the first de-addiction centers against media usage. Because there are some children who get onto video games and don't just get out of it. They are 24 hours on the video game. So they have a de-addiction center for these children. So it is a big problem now. Behavioral and web-related issues are a major problem.
And it's a nationwide problem.
Nationwide.
Probably a global problem.
Everywhere.
Isn't it?
Everywhere. And it starts early. It's not only the teenagers. We have young children who come with us. Come to us with anxiety, severe anxiety. Yesterday we had a child who came to, I told you about that asthmatic child who has severe anxiety.
How do you see it's going to go away? Or where is it heading?
It's not going to go away. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
So what do you think we should do?
I think restriction of media is the only way. We have to stop at like Australia. Australia has banned the use of media for children up to 15, 16 years of age.
Blanket ban.
Yeah, blanket ban. No, nothing. No YouTube, no nothing. Stop it completely. Cell phones, previously I think Mary Iden said that cell phones should be banned till 10 years, but I believe that it should be banned even till around 15 years of age. No cell phone of any kind. Till your prefrontal cortex is reasonably okay, till then hold on. Don't try to push them into this kind of thing, because this will become a dangerous thing, Society, in fact, you can see it now. If you ask me, the deep personalization of a child has happened in the last 10 years or 15 years. There's no personality now. The personality is all what you are portraying on social media. You don't have your own individual identity.
Probably that's why when you see a child, it's not the same child you see every single time, isn't it? Within an hour, the child is different. They act differently. There is no consistent response to the situation.
We have parents who don't realize this. We have parents who come and tell me, oh, see, my child is 1 year old and he can move the iPad. As if it's a great achievement here. So they're proud of this. So when you're proud of this, is what goes on, you see. So I think there's a big challenge.
Again, making law is one thing. What about compliance? And
No, its point is, at least it will be some kind of awareness will go through all society, to everybody in society, that mobile phones and social media are bad for children. Keep them away. At least that much they should do.
yes,
See, the point is, right now nobody knows whether it's good or bad. They think it. Some people think it's good to use it. Some people think it's bad. They don't use it. But at least the government says it is bad. It's a statement,
correct.
isn't it?
I think that's a step towards
Yeah.
a betterment. Isn't it?
Yeah, there are a lot of things the government can do, but they are not doing. One is this media business. The other is the use of antibiotics. I think the high time they banned certain groups of antibiotics. The WHO has a useful classification, the aware classification. So they should just say only what is basic antibiotic will be available for anybody to write. Rest all should be restricted. See, now for example, you can go to the pharmacy next door, buy say levofloxacin. You don't need a prescription here. Or you just go and tell the guy, give me 2 levofloxacin. He'll give it to you. So point is, they should ban this. If they don't ban it, it's not going to, I mean, nothing's going to change. You're going to stay, after another 10 years, you're going to say, we're resistant to all antibiotics, we don't know what to do with it. So as it is, it's happening. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Now, right now, there's a friend of mine admitted with Acinetobacter.
Sensitive to nothing.
Resistant to everything. So now what do you do? And they're trying some, ceftazidime, avibactam and something. Yeah, what's the point here?
Yeah, maybe we'll end up with a similar situation, the behavioral disorders as well. Like
Absolutely.
we can't do anything at all.
Can't do anything. So I think these are all issues that need a lot of legislation, advocacy and legislation to get rid of.
Well, nice. That's an eye opener.
Yeah.
And thanks for the insight on what's going on.
Not at all. My pleasure.